Alright, let's see what game I want to help people with today. What is this? Hamtaro Ham Unite.
Corman, word has reached me that you help gamers out with any video game problem they face. Well, I have such a problem. Some joker left the kids at the daycare a letter in some weird code. The game concealed in this envelope has the translations to the words that we need to decipher the letter. I tried my hand at finding the words, but I'm no gamer. That's where you come in. Play the game, find all the words, and then put the game back in the envelope, and I will come pick it up. Don't worry about the hows and whys, just find those words. I feel I know who this joker who sent the letter is. If I'm right, whatever is on that letter is really bad news. I can't stress enough how important this is, so please hurry. Signed, BM.
BM? Joker? This can only mean one thing. My childhood dream is about to come true. Batman needs me. What? You think I just had this on hand for just such an occasion? Nah. Maybe. Hi everyone! Kate messed up my hair. And welcome to Gamers in Need, the show that even helps out your little ones. Hamtaro Hams Unite for the Game Boy Color is a fun little game directed to children and based off of the cartoon known as Hamtaro. It was released in Japan on April 21st, 2001, and then was later released in North America on October 28th, 2002, and finally in Europe on January 10th, 2003.
In the game, you control Hamtaro, or Hamtaro, or Hammy, or Billy, or whatever you decided to name Hamtaro. I don't understand why they even let you choose a name for him when it is clearly Hamtaro. Anyway, you take control of Herpderp and try to locate all of the Hams from the show. You know. Rumor has it they switched that song out because they thought the kids would think the singers were high while singing. Lucky for you, 3 of the 15 Hams are already at the clubhouse. Ham Taco here counts as one. Boss is the one who asks you to fetch the others, claiming he's busy with a special surprise. And Snoozer is, well, snoozing. To find all the Hams, you must travel to the different parts of town and use Ham Chat to communicate with the various hamsters and other creatures of the world.
That brings us to the main topic of today, the Ham Chat itself. Finding all the Hams and solving their little problems to get them back to the clubhouse is easy enough, but along the way you will learn various words that have specific meanings.
For example, Scritty means scratch, No Pee means no, Scoochie means climb, and Go Pee means, well, you could probably guess that one. You will find most of the words as you find the other Hams, and each Ham will teach you at least 2 words.
So looks like this video will be about finding them too. You will need to use the words that you know to unlock the majority of the words, but a good portion of them are given to you by just saying hi to people. Or hamsters. There are a total of 86 ham chat words in the entire game. You will have to seek out 85 of the words to obtain the last one. You will recognize them as they will be in the color red and are associated with a particular action. Today, we are going to locate all 86 words so you can complete the Ham Dictionary. We are not going in any particular order. What you see will be the order I found them in when playing the game for this video. We have a lot of work to do, so let's get to it. Ham-ha, Tak-you, Hif-Hif, and Dig-Dig are all given to you immediately at the start of the game. These will be your 4 main words that you will use a lot. In the quest for finding the other words, it would be in your best interest to try each one of these words on everything and everyone. After learning these words, Boss gives you Scoochie, Scritty, Paka-Paka, Looky, No-Pee, Yep-Pee, and of course, Go-Pee. That one's my favorite. After you learn these words, you will finally be sent on your way. Your first destination will be the Acorn Shrine. Once you arrive, head right out of the first area and you will find Bijou, who will playfully run away, taunting you to catch her cute ass.
Sorry, I almost forgot. This game is for kids. Let's redo that.
Once you leave the first area, you will find Bijou, who will playfully run away, taunting you to catch her. But who wants to do that? She probably has cooties or something.
Those are still a thing, right?
Saying ham-ha to the hamster by the tree with the hearts will teach you Mega Q. Do attack you on the wooden object above to drop the rope. Climb up, say ham-ha, and then follow the hamster there to learn No-Pee Blue. Say ham-ha to the hamster in the hole to learn Ding Bang. Head up from the hamster in the hole and tack you the wall right under the circular crack twice. The ceiling will cave in, making a hole above. Once you walk up to the light now shining on the ground, the shadow of a hamster will appear. Say ham-ha, and the hamster will respond back with a ham-ha just before he loses balance and falls down. Ta-da! It's Maxwell! He will be so embarrassed by that fall that he doesn't want to move. Use No-Pee Blue, which will end with Ham Graceful slipping in the mud. This hilarious act will cheer Maxwell up, give you Bizarro, and Maxwell will return to the clubhouse with you. That makes 4 ham-hams and 15 ham chats so far. Not a bad start.
You will head back to the clubhouse with Maxwell, but you still need to get Bijou in Acorn Shrine.
Head back and go right from the hamster that taught you Mega Q. On the far right of this next area is a door in the trunk of a tree. Saying ham-ha will bring out an old hamster and get you the word ham solo.
I'm feeling like a nerd, you don't notice me. Locked in my room and playing my Wii. I'm solo, I'm ham solo, I'm ham solo, I'm ham solo, solo.
What, would you much rather prefer the Han Solo version?
Once done, head up until you spot the flower in the tall grass. Using Hif-Hif will make a hamster pop up and you will learn Coochie Q, which sounds like something you would say to a baby rather than a pretty lady.
Hey Coochie Q, how are...
I'm ham solo, I'm ham solo, I'm ham solo.
Use Tak-you on the sleeping hamster that is to the right of the place where you found Maxwell to learn Zoo Zoo Zoo. Use Tak-you on the hamster in between the tall grass to learn Teeny. Use Hif-Hif on the moving grass by the pigeon to learn Deli Chew.
Almost sounds like the fusion between a delibird and a Pikachu. Either way, keep in mind that this particular hamster will trade you 20 sunflower seeds if you give him an acorn.
Tak-you the tree the hamster is on with the nuts and you will learn Sparkly once he claims his nut. Tak-you the big tree with the hamster's, bottom sticking out, making sure you are standing directly under the hamster and you will learn Oopsie. Head back up from this tree and you should see Bijou again. She gets all excited that Ham Lover here is following her and heads left. Follow her until you see her again near the big hamster who taught you Teeny. Follow her up and you will find her hiding behind the big tree. If you try to get close, she will hop on over to the other side of the tree and will not stop until you get fed up and tack you the tree, causing spiders to drop down, scaring the fur right off Bijou.
Not literally. This is a kid's game and that would count as her being naked. Either way, she is now out from behind the tree.
Problem is, she got so scared she is now crying and won't go anywhere until you cheer her up. Apologize with Oopsie and she will present you with another problem.
her shiny rock is missing. Luckily, you don't have to go far. Use Dig Dig on the hole to the right of Bijou to find her shiny rock and obtain the word thank you from her. Then you will both head back to the clubhouse, making the score now 5 Ham Hams and 23 Ham Chat. Once back at the clubhouse, say Ham Ha to Bijou, then say Ham Solo, and finally the word she just taught you, and you will learn Good Go.
Next up, we head for Sunflower Park.
Using Hif Hif on the sunbathing hamster will teach you Hush Go. Head to the right and you will find Oxnard, who yet again lost his special sunflower seed. I can't remember if the show ever explained why this sunflower seed is so special, but what I do know is Oxnard can tell the difference between his seed and any ordinary seed. As mean as this may sound, we'll have to ignore him for now as we have no way of helping him at the moment. Using Hif Hif on the counting hamster down from Oxnard will teach you Blanco. Right after learning Blanco, head back to the beginning and use Dig Dig on the hole in the sand to learn Meep Pea. Using Dig Dig on the hole in front of the slide will teach you Chuck Chuck. Use Hif Hif and then Coochie Q on the hamster near the flowers to learn Hamo. Use Tack U on the right of the sign that the hamster is hiding behind to learn Hushy. Heading back to Oxnard, you can now give him the moral support he needs by telling him to Chuck Chuck. He will respond with your next new word, Gasp Pea. He will then flail around like a child and reveal the fact that he was sitting on a sunflower seed the whole time. Despite the fact that you told him to give up on the only thing he valued in life, he still calls you awesome and returns to the clubhouse with you. That makes Ham Ham number 6 and 31 Ham Chat words for those keeping track. With 9 more Ham Hams left to find, 2 more areas open up, and Boss will put the words Sticky and Tuggy into your notebook. Even so, we still have things to do in Sunflower Park, so let's head back there. To the right of the slide is a jungle gym. Using Tack U on the second pole will cause a hamster to fall. Using Tack U on the hamster will teach you Blash T. Using Scoochie on one of the poles will allow you to climb up. Climb up the second pole to find Pashmina, who will be happy to go back with you if it wasn't for the fact that her scarf just flew away in the wind.
This is why you should never give hamsters nice things. They always lose them.
Anyway, go back down and Scoochie up the first pole to find a crow with Pashmina's scarf in its beak. Using Gasp P will make the crow laugh and drop the scarf, which you pick up right away. He will then want to be your friend and ask how you would say friend in Ham Chat. You could tell him Hamo, but I went with Go P because it's funnier that way.
Well, the truth is, I actually didn't have Hamo at the time, and Go Pete doesn't really have any function except making others angry at you. So it seemed like the perfect choice.
Either way, Scoochie back up the second pole and give Pashmina her scarf back, and she will teach you Bestis before going back to the clubhouse. Now we have 7 out of the 15 Ham Hams and 35 out of the 86 Ham Chat words. Now things get a little tricky as the remaining areas open up. Let's go to the ruins next. Once in the ruins, say Ham Ha to the sick hamster to learn Lotsa. Heading down from the angry old Grampster, you will find Cappy, who is upset because he lost Penelope. He doesn't go into any specifics, just that he was walking with her, and then he quickly changes the subject, demanding that you help find her. If you say Yeppy, he will suggest you go check above the cuckoo clock while he searches elsewhere. After he takes off, use Tack Q on the spot under the broken TV screen 4 times. Each time, except for the 4th time, Ham Dumbo here will get hit with a sink that gradually gets bigger. He finally learns to once you do the 4th Tack Q, but no sink falls. However, the old Grampster will yell out, and once you go check on him, you will learn Pooey. Use Tack Q 3 times on the clock, watch the performance, and respond with Coochie Q to learn Ta-da. In the next area above the clock, after climbing the lamp, use Sticky on the police car to move it over. Use Tack U on the hamster there to learn Sha-Sha. Head right to the next area and use Tack U anywhere on the tire to bounce back to the other side. Grab the item in the chest and loop back around and talk to the hamster by the tire to learn Gritty. Head up the ladder to find Penelope playing with a frog. End their fun by using Tuggy on the little plug. This will force you back down the tire. Climb back up to find Penelope and the frog off to the side of the pool. Say Ham Ha and Penelope will respond in her own usual way. The frog will ask you if you know her. Respond with Hamo and again Penelope will answer. Satisfied with this, the frog will let Penelope go with you and she will teach you Bye Q before heading back to the clubhouse. Also, for the record, this is the one and only time I've ever seen Penelope remove that blanket, revealing her true face.
I don't think she ever did in the show, but I never saw every episode. So maybe she did, or this was a way of thanking you for buying this game.
Whether or not that's true, once you return Penelope to the clubhouse, you will learn Wait Q from Pashmina. You now have 8 of the Ham-Hams and 42 Ham Chat. We are pretty much at the halfway mark, and now that we have found Penelope, let's head back to the ruins and let Cappy know. Head back to the broken TV in the ruins to find the frog from earlier. Say Ham-Ha to him and he will mention that he can predict the weather. Tell him that is the bestest and he will tell you that you can do it too with by smelling the moisture in the air. Use Hiff Hiff and then the frog will grant you a frog badge. Head right from the clock and the hamster in front of the hole will teach you Panic Q. Saying Ham-Ha to the hamster up the ladder by the crank will teach you Hurt Q. Pay 5 sunflower seeds to the Hurt Q hamster and ride the can up as far as it can go. Head left to get out and use Tack U on the pole the hamster is hanging on to learn No Pookie. Head up the pole and to the right to find a hamster and her children having a picnic. Just approaching them will show them your new frog badge and the hamster will ask you to predict the weather. Use Hiff Hiff to smell the moisture and then tell her Pooey. She will sniff the air and teach you Soak Q. They will then pack up and leave, revealing a hole under their blanket which you can dig. Once down, head right and you will fall down to the Tack U bowling game, exactly where Cappy is. Ignore him for now and head left where you will find the motor of the Tack U bowling game. 2 hamsters. Climb up and say Ham-Ha to the closest one to learn Blah. Head back to Cappy and try to talk to him. He will be distracted by the Shogun wig on display to even notice you. Say ta-da to him and he will finally snap out of it and agree to come to the clubhouse. At least until the wig grabs his attention again. Looks like you'll have to play Tack U bowling to get the wig for Cappy. To play Tack U bowling, just say Ham-Ha to the hamster behind the counter and pay 3 seeds. While playing, just hit the A button to do a Tack U on the balls to roll them into the moving balloons above. The trick I used was to wait for the blue balloons and aim for them. Getting the timing down can be tricky, but keep at it and you'll get it eventually. You must score 130 points or more to get the Shogun wig, but once you do, say ta-da to Cappy to give it to him and he will thank you for it and teach you Blissey before actually returning to the clubhouse.
That makes 9 Ham-Hams and 48 Ham Chat. We're doing good. Let's head to Sunflower Elementary next.
Say Ham-Ha and then Tack U on the dog to learn Ham Chew. Do not be fooled by the ham swap hamsters in the next area. One of them sells items at ridiculous prices like a tear essence that will burst immediately after paying 20 sunflower seeds, and the other one on the other side will sell you bogus ham chat words for 3 seeds apiece. One of them will be useful later, but for now, avoid them. Head up and to the left twice and go into the room there. Climb the ladder to find Panda. Simply say Ham-Ha and he will come back to the clubhouse.
Yes, it's that easy. With Panda back, everything you get that's broken, he could fix, so make sure you keep him in mind. Trust me.
Head back to Sunflower Elementary and head all the way right this time. Go in the room and talk to the hamster by the bananas. Tell him bestest when he asks this question, and he will teach you Huff Puff. Make sure to grab the banana that is on the floor beside him too. Leave the room and head back to the left and up the stairs. Head left again and into the room. Head up to the skeleton and one of its legs will move. After the initial scare, head back up to the skeleton and do whatever, I think. I used Attack U, but I don't think it matters here. After the hamster up top giggles at you, say Blash T and the hamster will come down and teach you Cram Cram. Head down and up the broom and say Ham-Ha to the hamster in the top left. Then say Huff Puff and he will take notice that you do not have anything to carry tea in. Head back to Ham Swap and they should have a bottle for sale. When you ask about the bottle, simply keep saying Blash Tea until you can't anymore to buy the bottle for a cheap price. You will find that the bottle itself is broken, however, lucky for you, you remember that Panda could fix anything. Unfortunately, you don't have the correct word necessary to get him to fix it. Head up the stairs and all the way to the right to reach the computer room. Say Ham-Ha to the hamster in here to learn Wishy. Climb up the cord and use Sticky on the computer's button to turn it on. Walk to the mouse and then control the mouse pointer to click on the hamster icon to go on to Hamtaro.com. Clicking again will teach you Smoochie from Hamtechno himself.
And just so you know, I did try and go on Hamtaro.com on my web browser. It redirected me to Viz Media website where there was all kinds of anime. So I tried www.hamtaro.com and I got nothing. either because it never existed or it was taken down since this show is no more.
Head back to the clubhouse and say wishy to Panda, and he will bring you back to the workshop in Sunflower Elementary and teach you Wawa while fixing your bottle. Then head back to the tea hamster and say ham ha, then huff puff to get some tea and the word hot chew. Head back to the left and downstairs, then head all the way right back to the room where you got the bananas. Approach the hamster laying on the floor near the top and you will give her the tea. Leave the room and come back and that hamster will have moved away. Saying ham ha to her will teach you Perksy. After speaking with her, climb up the milk crates and out of the window to find Jingle. Approach him and when prompted say Pooey. Jingle will teach you Clap Clap. After that, say Smoochy and Jingle will come back to the clubhouse. Adding Panda and Jingle, we now have 11 ham-hams and 57 ham chat. Before leaving the clubhouse, head to Jingle's room and when prompted, say Bye Q to learn Give Who. Almost there. Let's head to Sunflower Market next. Say ham ha to the sick hamster at the entrance to learn Done Deal. In the next area, use Tuggy on the stuck hamster to learn Gifty and to get a strawberry. Head right and you will find both Dexter and Howdy arguing over Pashmina as usual.
Okay, it's time for me to explain something here. After arguing, Howdy and Dexter will go their separate ways. The events that happen in this level will change depending on who you speak to first. You must find one of them and say Hammo, and they will teach you Ham Spar. However, if you say Hammo to Dexter first, he will ask you to spy on Howdy. If you say Hammo to Howdy first, he will ask you to spy on Dexter. Ultimately, if you spoke to Dexter first, something bad will happen to him, and you and Howdy will have to help. If you spoke to Howdy first, something bad would happen to him, and you and Dexter would be the ones helping. What you have to do won't change, so I'm going to talk to Dexter first, and we will be following that route. First, though, let's learn some words.
Saying ham ha to the door of the ice house in the freezer will grant you Frosty. Doing a few main words in front of the hamster on the other side of the glass door will cause him to copy you. Eventually, you could say Bizarro and he will follow your every move. Walk all the way to the opening and say ham ha to learn See True. Also, if you used Go Pee instead of Bizarro, the hamster looks like he was scarred for life. Heading down, then left from the door, and then up the rope, you will find a hamster trying to open a box by using a tack you. Say ham ha, then tack you him to knock him out for a bit. Then use Tuggy on the box to open it up and learn Crump Crump. Say ham ha to the hungry hamster in the bottom left of the store and agree to give him some sunflower seeds to learn No Crumpy. Now let's return our focus to our two favorite lovebirds. As mentioned before, I'm speaking to Dexter first, so after saying Hammo and learning Ham Spar from him, head out to the bottom left of the level and scoochy up the cord there to make it up to the cash register. Howdy will be in the register digging for a special coin. Using Dig Dig to copy him will result in him calling you rude and teaching you Mingly. Now that you have his attention, you will let him know that Dexter sent you here to spy on him.
That is, of course, after he tells you what he's up to.
Feeling the sting of betrayal for all of 2 seconds, Howdy then asks you to go check on Dexter. So, head back down the cord to find out from the hamster reporter that something bad has happened to Dexter. Hurry back to the freezer to find Dexter, dun dun dun, frozen in ice. After trying a few things yourself to get Dexter free, head back to Howdy and tell him Gas P to get him to head out to the freezer. Once back at the freezer, Howdy will examine the situation and then try to think of a plan. Walk up to Howdy and use Paka Paka to give him the idea of biting through the ice with his teeth, because Ham Wimpo here can't do it himself. Once Howdy fails as well, he will mention the Ham Swap hamster that sells heat patches in the market. Head out and find the Ham Swap hamster in one of his 3 spots. Once you approach, he will show you that he has a heat patch for the low price of 9,999 sunflower seeds. It's not like a life is on the line or anything, so let's see if we can't lower that price a bit. Well, even when you say no P the first time and he says he lowers the price to 1 sunflower seed, the moment you ask for the heat patch, he complains that you don't have enough and storms off. Your only hope is to head back to Howdy and say Gas P. He will wonder if there was any dark secrets hidden behind the ham swap vendor to use in order to lower the price. Luckily, we know of a nice little reporter who pops up everywhere that might have what we are looking for. Head out of the freezer to find the reporter sulking near the door. Apparently, she lost her bag out near the bicycle rack. Head out to the start of the level and climb the little ledge by the bike. Ta-da! Her bag. Use a taku to drop the rope down, and then use a tuggy to pull the bag down. Return to the reporter to give her the bag to learn Wanda Chew and obtain a newsflash. Head back to Howdy with a news flash, and he'll head out to talk with the vendor, allowing you to buy the heat patch for 10 sunflower seeds. Much better, but why couldn't Howdy buy it while he was at it? Does Ham Moneybags here have to do everything? Buy the heat patch, which looks like a never mind, and head back to the freezer. Try to climb up to see Dexter, and Howdy will climb down and take the heat patch back up to thaw out Dexter. Yay! Then both Dexter and Howdy will return to the clubhouse. Double yay! Now we have 13 ham-hams and 67 ham chat. Only 2 more ham-hams left to find. Before leaving the clubhouse, head to Maxwell's room to find Howdy or Dexter there complaining about one another. If Howdy is there, tell him No Be Blue to learn Pookie. And if Dexter is there, tell him Gath P to learn Too True. It doesn't matter which word you learn first, as you can always leave and come back later to learn the other word. Finally, let us head to the Sky Garden. After climbing the pole, you have to use TAQ to fall off and land at the base of Sky Garden. Looks painful, but you have to do this every time you come here. Heading down from the tree on the right and approaching the 2 hamsters by the flower bed will teach you Hamtast. Head left from where you fell to find a monkey who walks right in front of the pipe. Talk to him and agree to give him the banana we picked up back at Sunflower Academy.
That is, of course, if you were following my instructions.
Leave the monkey and come back to find him gone in a single banana peel. Trip over the peel and try to climb up the pipe. You will fail as something is blocking the pipe. Head back to the right to the tree. The hamster that was trying to get the nuts will now be down from the tree crying as all of the nuts were eaten by something that went eep eep eep.
Seriously, elephants these days. Yeah, I know my animal sounds.
Either way, you are now free to climb the tree to the actual Sky Garden and immediately find Stan walking away once you reach the top. Head left following Stan and walk near the bobbing log to find Sandy sitting on a bench on the other side. Unfortunately, the water is moving too fast to get across. We'll need to fix that, but first, let's follow Stan around learning new words as we go. Say ham-ha and then bizarro to the hamster in the hole with the pole and golf ball to learn spiffy. Say hif-hif and then spiffy to the hamster sunbathing above the golfing hamster to learn ham team. Say hif-hif to the hamster sunbathing under the umbrella to learn shocky.
Now let's focus on getting Stan to, stand still.
After learning shocky, head right and say ham-ha to the hamster there. Then tell her ham-tass and she will ask you to get her some strawberry juice. Head right and say wishy to the hamster behind the counter and tell him you want strawberry juice. Ham Clever here will ask that it be brought to his table. The waiter hamster will advise you not to go behind the counter and pull the plug.
So whatever you do not pull that plug. You must always listen to what you were...
We're totally pulling this plug. Use Tuggy on the plug and it will stop the fountain, which will also stop the flow of water that was bobbing the log and keeping you from Sandy. Head down to the log and cross it. Then climb up the hose and Sandy will ask how you got here. Tell her Tuggy and then say looky to learn hula hula from her. She will gladly come back to the clubhouse only if you help her find Stan. You can find Stan easy enough, but getting his attention is the hard part as he just leaves an area as you arrive. Before heading out to find Stan, tell Sandy to ham team and she will stay put, allowing you to walk around guiding Stan right to her. Once she catches him, approach Stan to learn no-go and he will agree to come back to the clubhouse. We now have all of the ham-hams. Head back to Boss and he will finally show off what he was working on this whole time. A dance hall. He wanted you to gather everyone for a huge dance party.
That's great and all, but we still have words to find. Now that all the ham-hams are back, we can get every word for the dictionary. To get the next few words, you will need to go in and out of the clubhouse to catch the ham-hams in certain events, and then say the right words. However, there are a few more words outside the clubhouse that we have yet to get. I saved these ones for last, as they are the most tricky to find. First, let's head back to the Sky Garden.
Climb back up the tree and head for the hamster right next to the steps. You have to say each of your basic words once and get slapped each time, then say spiffy to learn twin to. Back at Sunflower Academy, head for the tea room and say hif-hif to the hamster drinking tea. He won't answer you otherwise. Then say ham-ha to learn no worry. Finally, in the ruins, climb the cuckoo clock and use sticky on the police car to move it.
Yes, Yes, I know. We already learned the word from this guy. That's why I found it tricky, since he has a second word to teach us, where other normal hamsters only taught you one word.
The trick here is to use Dig Dig on the hole under the car and read the poems on the sheets. Once you finish reading, leave and come back to read another part of the same poem. Once you finish reading part 4, the hamster will return and tack you the poem out of your hands and teach you Blushy.
Now let's head back to the clubhouse to learn those final words.
If you catch Oxnard adjusting the sunflower seed picture on his wall, he will turn around and the picture will hit him on the head. After he flails about, tell him good go, and he will teach you Ouchie. Once you can catch Maxwell alone after Dexter and Howdy complain to him, say Bizarro and Maxwell will teach you Witty. Every time you enter the clubhouse, Stan will either be with Bijou, looking for Pashmina in Penelope's room, or being told off by Sandy. If he's being told off by Sandy in her room, Stan will use you as an excuse to get out. After that, tell Sandy good go to learn Handpack. If he's in Penelope's room looking for Pashmina, tell him Mingly and he will teach you Go Rush. You can't do anything but complain to Bijou if he's with her. If in his room, Panda will ask you what you think of the clubhouse. Tell him Bestis and he will teach you Smidgy. If Cappy is in his room, he will say he's bored of the Shogun wig you gave him earlier, and he'll ask you to get something better. Tell him Blash T, and he will teach you Grab Bee. And don't worry, you don't actually need to go get him something else.
81, 82, 83, 84... I'm missing a word. Who haven't we spoken to yet? Oxnard, Bijou, Stan, Sandy, Dexter, Howdy, Maxwell, Pashmina, Penelope, Cappy, Panda, Jingle, Boss. Snoozer.
Of course! If you find Snoozer in his room, he's actually sleeping and won't teach you anything. However, if you find him in the main lobby and speak to him, he will claim to not be sleeping. Respond with Zoo Zoo Zoo, and he will teach you our final word, Blue-hoo. Once you have obtained all 85 words, return the boss who could be found in his room, and when he asks how your ham chat is doing, tell him ham-tast, and he will check your notebook. Once he sees that you have every word, he will teach you the 86th word, Great Chew.
With all the hams located and all 86 words found, you can now use the dance hall to its fullest. Go and use those words to make the best dance you can make, while I go and meet up with Batman. I'll just put the completed game in here. And then the trap can be set. We'll just set it right here, and everything will be fine. Now I just have to wait for him here, and then I'll finally get a chance to meet Batman. Oh, Batman! Oh, did I miss him? Did he hear the envelope? Oh, no. The envelope's still here.
Corman, thank you for the completed dictionary. As I thought, the letter was from Bonk Yoink, the pedophile clown. He was promptly arrested and is now behind bars. I wanted to thank you personally for your help in this matter, but you were asleep when I arrived. I can understand that catching criminals like this is tiring work. As such, I thank you again, and will count on your assistance in the future if something game-related pops up. Yours truly, Detective Bates Manny. P.S. Cool Batman cape, by the way. I had one just like that when I was a kid.
I'm Ham Solo, I'm Ham Solo. Hey, hello, Ham-ha, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you had as much fun watching as I did making. As always, click the links on your screen to see more Gamers in Need and Gamers in Need Quickie. If you want quick gaming tips, want to be updated on what happens on my channel, or you just want to know what's happening in my life, then follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description below. If you'll excuse me, I have to go searching for the games of my nightmares now, so I'll see you guys next level.